On October 28, 2022, Shanquella Robinson boarded a flight with friends to celebrate a birthday getaway in Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. She was 25 years old, a successful business owner, full of plans, and deeply loved by her family in Charlotte, North Carolina. The trip was supposed to be carefree. Sun, laughter, and memories. Within 24 hours, she was dead. At first, the story told to her family sounded confusing and vague. They were told Shanquella had fallen ill from alcohol poisoning. It didn't make sense. Shanquella wasn't known for heavy drinking, and nothing about the explanation felt clear. Then the phone call came. Shanquella Robinson had died abroad. When her body was returned to the United States, the truth emerged. An autopsy revealed severe spinal injuries. The cause of death was ruled homicide. The explanation given to her family did not match the medical findings. Shock turned to outrage. As details surfaced, it became clear that Shanquella had not died accidentally. She had been violently assaulted inside the vacation villa by someone she traveled with, the people she trusted. As word spread, social media exploded. A disturbing video circulated online, allegedly showing Shanquella being attacked while others filmed and laughed. The footage, though brief, was enough to change everything. What had been framed as a sudden medical emergency now looked like something far darker. And the question the nation began asking was simple. How did a birthday trip turn into a homicide? And why did no one stop it? The video was impossible to ignore. In it, Shanquella Robinson appeared disoriented and unprepared, facing off against someone she had considered a friend. Voices in the background were heard encouraging the confrontation. No one stepped in. No one called for help. The video's release shattered the original narrative. Now, investigators were forced to confront a new reality. This was not an accident, and it wasn't a private dispute. It was a violent act witnessed by multiple people. Mexican authorities opened an investigation, confirming that Shanquella had suffered fatal injuries consistent with blunt force trauma. The Attorney General's office in Baja California Sur later named a suspect and issued an arrest warrant for femicide, a charge reserved for gender-based killings. But the suspect was already back in the United States. Extradition became the next hurdle, and a frustrating one. Legal complexities, jurisdictional delays, and diplomatic procedures slowed the process. Months passed. No arrest was made. For Shanquella's family, every day felt like a reminder that justice was slipping further away. Public pressure grew. Protests were held. Social media campaigns demanded accountability. Hashtags bearing Shanquella's name trended nationwide. Her story became a symbol of betrayal, silence, and systemic delay. One truth stood out clearly. This wasn't just about one act of violence. It was about what happens when people choose loyalty over life. As investigators examined the case, inconsistencies piled up. Friends who had traveled with Shanquella gave conflicting accounts. Timelines didn't align. Statements changed. Some went silent altogether. Lawyers were retained. Phones went unanswered. The lack of cooperation deepened public suspicion. Why hadn't anyone called emergency services immediately? Why did no one intervene? Why was the story changed so many times? For the Robinson family, grief mixed with anger. They spoke publicly, demanding answers not just from authorities, but from those who were present during Shanquella's final moments. They weren't asking for revenge. They were asking for accountability. Meanwhile, U.S. officials acknowledged the case, but emphasized the complexities of international law. Without an extradition treaty covering the specific charge, options were limited. To the public, it felt like justice was being buried under paperwork. The case became a national conversation about responsibility, what we owe each other, and what happens when that responsibility is ignored. Despite the lack of arrests, Shanquella Robinson's name did not fade. Her mother, Angela Robinson, became a powerful voice, speaking across media platforms, refusing to let her daughter's story disappear. The family filed civil lawsuits, keeping pressure on those involved. Shanquella's case sparked broader discussions about travel safety, group accountability, and violence against women. It also highlighted how social media can both expose truth and amplify trauma. For many viewers, this wasn't just a crime story, it was a warning. Trust does not guarantee safety. Friendship does not guarantee protection. And silence can be just as deadly as violence. Shanquella Robinson's story is not finished. Justice has not yet arrived. Accountability remains incomplete. But her legacy endures, in the voices that refuse to stop asking questions, and in the awareness her story created. She trusted the wrong people, and the cost was her life. Her case reminds us that danger doesn't always come from strangers. Sometimes it sits beside you on a plane, shares a vacation home, and smiles for photos. Shanquella deserved better. She deserved protection. She deserved to come home. And until justice is served, her story will continue to be told.